Mga batas ay batas. Streets are not getting wider. When you compare the volume of vehicles back in 1994 to the volume of vehicles in 2024,
Ilang percent ang merong ownership ng sasakyan based on the number of populations
well,
that we have?
alam mo kung titingnan natin yan, 80% of the people have their own vehicles.
Kalaki.
Hindi tayo mahirap. It's just that our mindset and the development structure, hindi lang siya geared towards a wholesome development.
Gabriel Go.
Gabriel Go.
Gabriel Go. Gabriel Go.
MMDA.
Special Operations Group Strike Force Head Gabriel Go.
Gabriel Go, head of the MMDA Special Operations Group Strike Force. Known as the Iron Fist of Metro Manila's road clearing operations, he leads with precision, authority, and an unyielding commitment to reclaim the streets. But his mission is clear: restore discipline through clear standards and accountability.
Unang-unang pumasok sa isip ko, anong gagawin ko?
Bara-bara lahat. Kung saan lang doon. Di ba? Alam naman natin yon.
Kumbaga, we want someone who will be in the center of community service. It's not just about economic growth.
Okay.
It also means lumalaki ang purchasing power ng mga tao. So ngayon, lumalaki ang purchasing power ng mga tao. Saan na pupunta? Gumagastos, syempre. Yung iba, bumibili ng kotse. Karamihan bumibili ng kotse. Why? It is a means of transportation. Balik tayo ulit ngayon.
Okay.
Ikaw, maaaring nag-iingat. Paano pag yung nakasalubong mo hindi nag-iingat?
Tama.
Diba? So it all narrows down to safety.
So welcome again mga ka-safety dito sa ating second episode ng Beyond the Basic. No, may special guest tayo ngayon sa ating second episode kasi yung first guest natin, of course, si Attorney Rosel. Ngayon, ito naman, isa sa mga special na tao na iniidolo namin, no, in terms of the safety, in terms of how they will implement, no, the rules and regulation natin dito sa Metro Manila, guys. Itong tao na to, syempre, may naiinis, may mga ganon, pero normal, no, it's normal sa Pilipinas. Pero sa amin, ito, pinakamahalaga sa amin na makausap namin to kasi si Vanguard, alam naman natin na ang number one rule is to guide and to educate yung mga Filipinos in terms of the safety, no? Without further ado, let's welcome the man behind the uniform, si Mr. Gabriel Go. Sir, good afternoon, good day, good night. So welcome po sa aming second episode, sir. No? It's very, very special. No, nag-meet lang tayo during the time ng MMDA na yung inorganize po ninyo.
Yes, yung motorcycle safety.
Yes, sir. Very, very kami noon kasi we've seen a lot of people na nandoon na very excited, no,
Yes.
na matuto on the safety, no. Pero sa first options natin, first na pag-uusapan natin, Sir Gab, no, we would like to know saan ba nagsimula or sino ba si Gabgo? Ano ba yung naging naging transition mo dito sa atin before ka naging the man behind of this uniform?
Ako, alam mo, it's very sabi nga nila, if something is meant to happen, it will happen even though how much you want to escape. Or kung kahit ilagan mo yan, kung mangyayari yan, mangyayari.
Tama.
Actually, coming from a background of consular and diplomatic affairs. So, kung titingnan mo, medyo malayo, diba?
Yes.
International studies, international law, but now, here I am. Dito ko araw-araw sa kalsada, diba? So, malayo siya sa naging forecast ko sa career path, but as I said, going back, if it's meant for you, andyan talaga. So, someone who is, I'm the type of person kasi na kung yung opportunity na yon, it's beneficial.
Yes.
Why not? Why not? Let's give it a try. So, itong naging career path ko dito sa MMDA, it was an opportunity that was given to me na hindi ko inaakala na I will be able to partake somehow. Ayoko sabihin na I will succeed.
Yes,
Kasi
yes. Oo.
there's no such thing as success when it comes to public service or walang measurement of success yan eh. Bakit? Sabi nila kasi, pag may nagawa ka na, successful ka na. For me kasi when it comes to public service, continuous effort.
Yes.
There's no finish line. Hanggat may tao, hanggat may constituent, hanggat meron kang kailangan gawin para sa taong bayan, there's no period, di ba? That's why sinasabi ko, there's no end line or measurement of success here. So, yun, basically, I'm coming from consular diplomatic affairs, coming from a family that has a family business when it comes to mga manufacturing and also mga importation ng mga
Anong
car
manufacturing
parts.
niya, sir? Car parts, okay?
Car parts and also mga garments.
Okay.
So medyo malayo talaga.
Oo nga, oo.
So yun, from there, out of nowhere, nag-transition ako. it was during the pandemic time, actually. During the pandemic, I was given an opportunity to work with a agency, actually, during the previous administration.
Okay.
Out of nowhere, sabi ko, ano bang gagawin ko?
Pero, anong agency?
Well, at that time, it was the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission.
Okay.
No, so, sabi ko, anong gagawin ko? Hindi naman ako law student, hindi naman ako law graduate, hindi naman ako abogado, di ba? So, sabi ko, sige, ano bang gagawin? Sabi sa akin at that time, hindi, tulong ka lang kasi gusto namin merong someone who is there on the ground na maaring magdala ng tulong sa mga nangangailangan, mga nasunugan, mga nabahaan.
Yes,
At that
yes,
time,
yes.
di ba, pandemic.
Pandemic,
So, maraming nangangailangan. Sabi niya, so, kumbaga, we want someone who will be in the center of community service. Sabi ko, sige, yun, okay ako kasi even before nung businessman pa lang ako, talagang once in a while, may nagpapa-feeding program ako.
Yeah. May ano ka na, may
Yes,
puso ka
may
na doon
puso
sa
na ako para tumulong
pag-serve.
talaga. Yes. So sabi ko, sige, why not? Hanggang sa ayun, tuloy-tuloy, hanggang 2022, co-term ako eh. So meaning I have to step down from office also.
Okay.
So nung bumaba ako, sabi ko, ano na bang gagawin ko? Parang nasanay na ako na nagsiservice in government. So sabi ko, sige, apply ako. Nag-apply ako in a different agency.
Okay.
Pero, hindi ako doon napunta.
Oo.
Someone here in MMDA offered me na baka kung gusto kong subukan. So sabi ko, unang-unang pumasok sa isip ko, anong gagawin ko? Anong alam ko?
Oo, kasi,
Di ba? Anong alam ko sa...
iba, malayo dun sa previous mo to na ano.
Saka sabi ko nga, well, basic traffic rules and regulations, lahat naman tayo alam yan eh.
Yes.
Pero, anong kinalaman ko sa traffic, di ba?
Exactly.
Anong kinalaman ko sa road clearing
Operation.
whatsoever, di ba? So,
Pero
sabi
yun
ko,
na kagad yung unang pinatarget sa'yo ng MMDA
Yes.
na to check around the Metro Manila.
Yes. Nung time na yon, nung binigyan ako ng opportunity, I was assigned as the deputy commander
Okay.
of the formerly task force, special operations. So ako yung deputy. So sabi ko, sige, subukan ko. Assist lang naman ako dun sa commander. Once in a while, I'll be able to do my own operation. Hanggang sa I got the hang of it.
Yeah.
Tapos unti-unti natuto ko, unti-unti napalawak ko yung kaalaman ko when it
Yes,
comes to
yes.
mga iba't ibang mga process, traffic rules and regulations, mga resolutions, ordinances.
Inaral nyo rin siya? Or meron kayong, let's say, parang, kumbaga parang tinuruan ba kayo inside the
Ano siya?
MMDA? So, paano ang rulings nila?
Sa akin kasi, it was easy. Kasi nga galing ako concerned diplomatic
Okay,
affairs. So,
oo.
may background ako sa politics and geography, treaty formulations.
Yes, oo.
So, may background na ako ng konti. So, it was easy for me to adapt. So, nung time na yun, edi tuloy-tuloy. Nabigyan ako ng chance to be a deputy until such time na, sabi ko nga sa'yo, di ba? When opportunity comes knocking, wala kang magagawa.
Yes.
So, bigla na lang, dumating yung opportunity, naging na ako. Ako na yung naging head ng operations.
Yun.
Oo.
Yung MMDA Strike Force, daily ba siya? Daily mo
Yes.
siyang ginagawa?
Yes. Ano yan? Every
Monday
day.
to Sunday?
Hindi naman Sunday. Monday to Saturday yan.
Okay, Monday to
That's
Saturday.
6 days a week.
A week.
Oo.
So, from what location? All over the Metro
All
Manila
over the
talaga?
Metro kami. As long as within Metro Manila, may natanggap kaming complaint galing sa
Okay.
8888, presidential complaint, galing PCRMU, public concern response, galing sa, let's say, galing sa mga barangay request. Minsan galing minsan galing local traffic bureau yung request. And we also accept walk-in complaints.
Nagbabasa kasi ako, Skog, nung mga sa comment section. Sabi ko, ano ba, trip-trip lang ba ng MMDA na pumunta dun sa mga location? So, technically, hindi pala. So,
Hindi.
meaning, there's someone in their areas na magre-report na
Yes.
ito yung nangyayari or the situation on
Yes.
this. No, which is, by the way, no, for me, Skog, pinakamaganda siya because the people are really involved.
Yes,
No,
correct.
hindi lang kayo yung,
Correct.
ganun lang.
Kasi before, mabuhay lanes, major thoroughfares, alternate routes,
yes.
with or without complaint, pwede namin i-operate yan.
Okay.
Ngayon, pag meron nag-complain na, let's say, barangay road, inner roads, tertiary roads, secondary roads, lahat yan may tinatawag tayong basis of complaint.
Yes.
So now, pag may basis of complaint, ginagawa namin, nagko-coordinate kami. Pag nag-coordinate kami, why do we coordinate? We need to find out if this certain street has an approved city ordinance of one-side parking, Meron ba kayo alternate parking scheme? Or let's say, no, minsan, may nangyayari. Magpapadala ng complaint, sasabihin puro illegal parking. Pagdating namin doon, pag-verify namin, yun pala, away kapitbahay.
Okay. So,
Oh,
paano
so-
ginagawa niyo na-handle yun?
Well, pag may mga ganong instances kasi, we try to, as much as possible, inaayos naman namin. Sige, itong kapitbahay nyo, mali po yung parking talaga. Ma'am, ito po ang problema, nare-reklamo po kayo. Pero, rest assured hindi namin sinasabi kung sino complainant.
Yes.
Unless, sa complaint letter itself, indicated ang pangalan. Kasi you have the option to be anonymous or not.
Yes.
Oo.
So, meron din ba tayong website kung saan pwede sila mag-complain, text, or tawag lang?
Lahat meron tayo.
Okay.
We have Facebook Messenger, which is active ang aming, syempre, Public Concern Response Management Unit ng MMDA.
Okay.
Meron din kami mga emails. Meron din kami, as I said, Twitter, Facebook,
All over the
all over
media.
social media channels, lahat kompleto kami. Tapos meron din kami, syempre, mga hotlines, yung numbers
oo.
namin, pwede po kayong tumawag.
So, yung clearing natin, sir, no, anong bigger purpose or anong purpose natin doon ngayon? Kung bakit, kasi noon, siguro 1994 ako pinanganak, Gog, pero during the time na early 2000s, yung mga ganyan, syempre wala namang masyado pang ganun eh.
Correct.
Alam naman natin, nakatira kami dati sa Project 8. So, bara-bara lahat, kung saan lang doon, di ba? Alam naman natin yon. Pero this time, very, very, kami, parang pag tinitingnan ko, masaya ako nakikita, ay, maluwag pala tong lugar na to.
Yes.
Mga ganun. So, ano ba yung, bakit yun yung naging goal mo? Na
Alam mo,
clearing? Kasi sabi nila sa Facebook, trip lang daw yun eh. No? We want to make sure that yung mga viewers natin, ma-inform natin that this is not a trippings lang.
correct.
No?
Alam mo,
ano
ganito
yun
yan
behind
eh.
nun?
Kasi back in 1994, di ba?
Yeah.
Can you compare the volume of vehicles back in 1994 to the volume of vehicles in 2024?
Yes.
Napakalayo niyan.
Yes, oo.
Kung dati sa isang kalsada, let's say, they're in Project 8. Sabihin na natin, dati sa isang kalsada, ang pumaparada lang dyan, sabihin natin, 20 lang kayo. Now, 2024, siguro baka mahigit 50 na kayong pumaparada dyan.
Tama.
Diba? So, the volume of vehicle matters. And, ano pa, if the volume of vehicles are growing bigger every day, by the numbers, streets are not getting wider. Hindi lumalapad ang kalsada. Ang EDSA ba lumalapad?
Yes.
Hindi. Di ba? Ang Quezon Avenue ba lumalapad?
Hindi
Hindi.
rin.
3. What are the other infrastructure developments natin? Maraming mga gusaling tumatayo.
Yes.
Ang daming malls. Ang daming offices. Ang daming mga call centers. So, a lot of developments are occurring not only in Manila, but throughout the community.
Yes, oo.
Diba? Kung dati sa, let's say, in Aurora, Cubao, dati, ang Aurora, Cubao, makikita mo na isang eskwelahan,
Yes,
may mga
yes.
ilang maliliit na tindahan, may isang eskwelahan dyan, may isang ospital.
WCC.
Ngayon,
WCC ba tama?
WCC, tama.
Oo.
Ngayon, ang dami na. Ilan na eskwelahan doon?
Okay.
May mall na doon.
Anong mall doon?
Andun na ang entrance ng Ali Mall.
Okay.
Diba?
Okay.
Nandun na rin ang entrance ng Gateway.
Gateway, oo.
May hotel na tayo, Novotel doon.
Tama.
So, ang dami na. So, development means it's not just about economic growth.
Okay.
It also means lumalaki ang purchasing power ng mga tao. So, ngayon,
Exactly.
lumalaki ang
Oo.
purchasing power ng mga tao. Saan napupunta? Gumagastos, syempre. Yung iba, bumibili ng kotse. Karamihan bumibili ng kotse. Why? It is a means of transportation. Diba? So,
ngayon talaga, Skog, no, yung transportation natin wisely talaga, parang each and every family sa Pilipinas, sa pagkaka-estimate nyo, kumbaga estimation lang, ilang % ang merong ownership ng sasakyan based on the number of populations
well,
that we have?
alam mo kung titingnan natin yan, 80% of the people have their own vehicles.
Ganun kalaki.
Bakit? Di ba, ang daming promos eh. Iba nga,
Yeah,
no
oo.
down payment.
Yes, oo.
May deferred payment pa after 3 months.
Even though, no, na meron tayong tinatawag na implementation of the excise tax on the cars,
Yes.
Filipinos are
Yes.
still buying.
Kasi bakit? Salary grade are going high, economic advancement is there,
Yes.
meaning purchasing power is up. Kaya nga sinasabi nila, di ba, mahirap ang mga Pinoy,
Oo,
mahirap
no?
ang Pilipinas. Hindi totoo yan.
Yes.
Hindi tayo mahirap. It's just that our mindset and the development structure, hindi lang siya geared towards a wholesome development.
Yes.
Kumbaga nangyayari niyan, centered at selected ang development scheme natin, di ba? O bakit ko sinabing selected? Ngayon, sinasabi natin, ano bang meron, bakit nagki-clearing operation?
Yes, okay.
Bakit tayo nagki-clear ng mga bangketa? Ang developments natin, ang isang hotel pag tinayo natin, for example, saan natin tinatayo? In a parcel of land.
Okay.
Dati, meron tayong mga tinatawag na easement. May tinatawag tayong mga certain measurement of sidewalks that should not be tampered or should not be
tama,
used.
oo.
Ngayon,
Ginagamit.
di ba? Ginagawang what? Driveway ng isang
Yes.
establishment.
Oo.
Ginagawang extension ng kung sino-sino man. Ngayon, anong nawawala? Nawawalan ng facility ang mga
So,
pedestrians.
ang tanong ko lang dun, Skog, no? Do we have the rules na when we build something, let's say, bahay or condos or buildings, does the government implements a ruling na kailang or a requirements in terms of the parking, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. Meron ba silang ganun?
Actually, we have a lot
Sorry, di ko alam, Skog. Gusto ko malaman.
We have a lot of rules and regulations about that. Pagdating sa building permit, di ba? May certain mga provisions yan na there should be at least how many meters of easement from the sidewalk na hindi mo pwedeng gamitin. There should be a PWD ramp.
Yes, yes.
Pag ilang stories na building ka, dapat hanggang ganito lang ang extension ng balcony mo. Meron yan. We have all the provisions and rules that we have to follow. But ang problema, lack
Wala.
of enforcement.
Yes,
diba?
oo, tama. Yun,
Lack of
yun talaga,
enforcement.
yung kakulangan, no?
Yes.
Pero pag may nakita naman kayo, let's say, meron kayong nakitang ganun, pinapadalahan nyo ba sila ng letter?
Well, kasi when it comes
Anong
to
ginagawa?
mga violation na mga, let's say, yung mga sa building permits, violation, it's beyond our jurisdiction.
Okay,
Just
hindi na si
looking at-
MMDA. So, para
Yes.
very clear, guys.
Yes.
No, hindi na si MMDA noon. Pero at least, may knowledge kayo na dapat, at the beginning pa lang ng ginagawa natin, dapat, kung papagawa na yung mga buildings, yung mga regular, dapat alam na
Correct.
natin yung ruling.
Correct.
And suppose, dapat, ang barangays and the city hall must be parang mandated din
Actually,
na ibantayan.
habang tinatayo yan, dapat may monitoring scheme.
Okay, yes.
Nache-check yan every now and
Kaya
then, di
meron
ba?
pala tayong kinukuha na building permit with the
Correct.
city hall.
Correct.
So meaning, kasi nung magpapagawa ako, ano yun parang pinaano sa amin, pinadraft, no, yung dapat na gagawin namin.
Correct.
So yun yung purpose nun.
Yes. Yun ang purpose doon. But the problem, I mean, hate to admit it, di ba? Ito yung bibigay nating draft. So, I mean, we cannot always blame the government.
Yes, hindi.
I mean, ito yung papadala nating draft. Pag submit mo, approve. Pero pagdating sa pagpinatayo mo,
Hindi.
Iba.
Iba.
Di ba? Minsan
Yes,
nga, meron, ano yan Ang permit mo, 3 stories. Di ba? Approve. Pag tinayo mo, hindi mo kinlaim na 3-story with penthouse. So, 4-story yun.
Kaya nga. So yun nga, no, habang nagkakaroon tayo ng, syempre, disalignment, mga ganun. Ano ba yung biggest misconception ng mga drivers about sa traffic rules? Kasi nga, tulad niyan, naapektuhan talaga lahat, no?
Yes.
In the development, buildings, ganyan, blah, 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 and so on. Pero in the end of the day, naapektuhan tayo. So ano ba yung mga misconception ng mga drivers
Ako siguro
sa traffic
isa lang
rules?
ang, for me, no, na misconception na dapat natin siguro baguhin. And it's that, it's traffic enforcers and traffic rules are there just because for the mere compliance. Maling conception yun. Maling konsepto yun. Bakit? Ang mga batas nandyan, hindi lang para dapat sundin. It's not just about complying with the law.
Okay.
It's about the bigger picture of it. Ano ba ang going beyond compliance ng traffic rules and regulations?
Yes.
It's about safety.
Yes.
Diba?
Tama.
Ngayon, sasabihin nila, may batas na bawal kang mag-U-turn sa double solid line. For example,
Yes, oo. Yan, very ano yan.
very basic
Common,
yan
common and
yan.
basic.
Double solid line, bawal mag-U-turn. Ngayon, sasabihin nila, sir, batas lang naman yan Maluwag naman, wala namang mga aksidente dyan.
Laging ang Pilipino, tayo, no, na nakaugalian natin yung tinatawag na kompromiso.
Yes.
No?
Or hindi naman kompromiso. Kumbaga, we tend to adjust to the
Yes.
current situation na we tend to disregard and forget about the real essence of the law, which is, babalik ako, road safety.
Road safety. Grabe nga yun, no? Kasi dami lately, yung U-turn ng pinakapahamak
Correct.
sa lahat, daming sumasalpok dyan
Correct.
na So because of that lang, marami ding talagang nagkakaroon
Ito na lang,
challenge.
ito na lang, pinaka-basic. Di ba? Sasabihin ng isang motorcycle rider, sir, malapit lang naman kasi ako, ba't ko kailangan mag-helmet?
Okay.
Di ba?
Yeah, oo, tama.
Sir, hindi mo lang pupuntang highway, sabi ng batas, pag highway. Pero if you read between the lines, ang sinabi ng batas, as long as it's public road, you have to wear an authorized helmet. Ngayon, sasabihin ng mga motorcycle rider, Sir, malapit lang, hindi naman ako madidisgrasya. Balik tayo ulit ngayon.
Okay.
Ikaw, maaaring nag-iingat. Paano pag yung nakasalubong mo hindi nag-iingat?
Tama.
Diba? So it all narrows down to safety.
So okay, Skog, ito yung question ko kasi nagmumotor din ako, no. Madalas, ano ba meron ba tayong mandated na proper gearing, no? Kapag once na nagda-drive tayo ng motor even sa malapit lang. Let's
Yes.
say, helmet is the
most basic.
The most basic. Pero ano pa yung mga dapat na kinukonsider
based
ng
on
lahat?
Motorcycle Safety Act, no, first and foremost, of course, you have to have a valid driver's license. 2, you have to wear standard motorcycle helmet. 3, there is what we call standard footwear.
Okay,
Ang
shoes.
standard footwear, hindi lang basta-basta, kasi nauuso ngayon, di ba, yung mga Crocs, yung clogs. Ang sabi kasi ng batas, dapat hindi kita ang daliri. Pero hindi natin masyadong pinapansin yung essence na dapat hindi basta-basta matatanggal ang
Yung
sapatos. Ngayon, yung clogs, normally covered yung
Tama.
harapan. Kaso walang strap sa likod, di ba?
Yes, oo,
That's
tama.
why lagi namin sinasabi, instead of wearing clogs, why not just use rubber shoes?
Totoo.
Di ba?
Parang mas ano siya.
It's about safety. Kasi ganito lang yan eh. Pag ikaw ay sumemplang, sumemplang ka, naipit ang paa mo, nakachinelas ka, there's a big chance na pwedeng ma-fracture yung ankle mo.
Oo.
Pero pag ikaw ay naka-rubber shoes or let's say naka-riding, wag na natin sabihin riding boots kasi sasabihin ng mga tao, Sir, hindi naman mahal. Saka
Mahal, oo.
sasabihin lang, hindi naman ako maglo-long ride
Ang lowest ng boots around 3,000 pesos
Probably
right now,
mga
di ba?
3, 4, 5.
Yan ang pinaka-lowest.
Sasabihin nila, hindi mo na ako maglo-long ride eh. Magsapatos ka na lang. Di ba? Any sneaker. Bakit? Pag ikaw ay nasubsob or sumemplang, hindi matatanggal yan. Paaaring hindi ka masugatan. Pero pag nakachinelas ka, siguradong longganisa yung paa mo.
Skog, yan, mayroon din ako nababasa sa mga comments eh. Sabi nila, parang inconsistent ba si MMDA to reinforce or enforce yung mga rules and regulations sa daanan across the area or across the Metro Manila? Naging inconsistent ba siya?
Well, alam mo, the law is always there. The law is consistent. But the problem, true enough, enforcement.
Okay.
Parang kanina lang, may hinuli ako. Sabi sa akin, Sir, taga-probinsya kami. Hindi siya naka-helmet, 3 sila sa motor, naka-chinelas.
Yes.
Alam mo, sabi ko, first time yung sa Manila, first time daw nila magmotor. Alam mo, ang sagot ko sa kanila, kasi sa probinsya, no, hindi kayo pinapansin, hindi kayo
Yes.
hinuli.
Paano ang coordination nun, sir?
Yan.
Kasi if we want to make the Philippines safe, no, even kami,
Yes.
if we are doing the educational videos for our customers, sa Metro Manila, very enforced nga tayo eh.
Correct.
Di ba? Very enforced. What about the other places?
Actually, that is the question there, no? Although, kasi syempre, within Metro Manila lang ang jurisdiction ko, pero that's my bigger question din eh.
Yeah.
Alam mo, there's what we call the Motorcycle Safety Act, which should be enforced nationwide.
Yes, nationwide.
A Republic Act 4136 when it comes to mga obstruction, illegal parking. That's why it's called Republic Act. It's for the entire Republic to follow.
Why we're not
Bakit
implementing?
hindi
Di ba?
That's why we are calling upon na we have to be consistent and we have to be in line when it comes to the implementation. Kasi nga lagi kong sinasabi, parang recently lang din. Sabi sa akin, Sir, taga Rizal po ako.
Oo.
Sir, the RA 4136 applies everywhere.
Yes,
Ang
yes.
bangketa ay bangketa, hindi pwedeng parkingan.
Oo, tama.
Kasi doon po hindi naman stricto. That's the problem. Kaya nga lagi ko sinasabi, it's not always about the violators. It's not
Yes.
always about the people. There should always be a constant and efficient enforcement mechanism.
Okay. So, since yan na yun na pag-uusapan natin siguro, no? Kasi, yung laws and regulation, paano ba siya, bigyan mo lang kami ng snippet lang. No? So, for us, to understand also what is happening on, halimbawa, ikaw, meron ka bang right to pass a law or suggest a law? Paano bang gano'n nangyayari? Paano ba siya tumatakbo?
Well, kami ay isang implementing body
Okay.
and enforcement body. We are not a lawmaking body.
Yes,
That's why
oo.
we do not have powers to enact laws. But we have, it is within our legal authority na pwede kaming mag-recommend.
Okay,
So
tama.
we can recommendation. But it is only within Metro Manila. And once we recommend something, it has to pass through several Metro Manila Council readings,
Okay.
which is headed by all the 17 mayors of Metro Manila.
Yes. And,
Na dapat nilang
Congressman
aprubahan.
Mataba?
Hindi. Ang
Hindi.
involved lang will be the
Mayors. Okay.
yes. So once a resolution or recommendation is approved by the council, it has to be signed by all 17 mayors.
Okay. So, yung ano ba, Skog, yung barangays ba, they can also create ba ng mga traffic
Yes,
rules or not?
they can create barangay resolutions, but it does not mean a barangay resolution is deemed approved. There should be one, proper consultation. Two, there should be approval of higher authorities such as MMDA. Three, it has to pass through 2 to 3 readings of the city council.
Okay, city
and on the
council.
fourth, it should be approved by the city to be enacted as an ordinance. Remember, an ordinance and a resolution is a two separate thing. A resolution is to resolve something.
Yes,
So
yes.
once we resolve something, we have to have it approved to be a city ordinance and for it to be enforced.
Yung sa amin kasi, hindi ko alam kung city ordinance ba siya or barangay ordinance. No? Ang parking sa amin, sa Quezon City, always on the left. Lahat. Sorry, no? Tama eh. Basta isang one-side
One-side
parking,
parking.
lang. So, okay lang yun, Skog. Okay lang.
Well, as long as approved siya ng city council.
Okay. Kasi lahat doon sa amin, the very good thing about doon sa tinitirahan namin sa Maligaya, sa Quezon City, lahat nasa left. All of them.
Okay. So may
Talagang
one-side parking.
May one-side parking. So hindi ko siya alam eh. Kaya nagtataka ko, sabi ko, ano ba to? Ordinance ba ng city or ng barangay? So depende
Well,
pala.
probably approved siya ng city. Pero syempre, we have to do our due diligence as well. Na minsan, kailangan natin i-verify kung ito ba ay barangay resolution
Tama.
lang or this is already approved by the city
Yes,
council.
oo nga, no.
Kasi maraming tendency na instances na bababa kami sa isang area of operation, bibigyan kami ng barangay ng resolution.
Resolution, oo.
Sasabihin, sir, may one-side parking po kami. Ito po resolution. Next question, approve po ng city?
Okay, okay.
Sir, wala po eh. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya pwede.
So pwede nyo na yun i-implement yung ruling na pwede na natin silang ano yun.
Ito.
Yes. Lahat yun. So
Yes.
yun pala.
Yes.
Yun yung reason. Okay. Palagay mo, Skog, yung traffic problem natin, ano ba siya? It's more about the infrastructure, enforcement ba, o culture?
Lahat.
Everything.
It's about culture, it's about mindset, it's about tradition, it's about the lack of option and infrastructure development.
Tama.
Kasi unang-una, bakit ba nagkakaroon ng problema sa traffic? Ba't nagkakaroon ng problema sa illegal parking?
Tama.
One, we lack the infrastructure. Diba? Two, it lacks the services as well.
Yes.
Sabi nga kasi ng mga tao, sir, hindi naman kami mag-illegal park kung may option kami. So, we in the
Yes,
government,
yes, oo.
we also have to listen to the people and probably provide options for them. But then again, ang mga batas ay batas, di ba?
Tama.
Hindi naman natin pwedeng i-justify, sabihin natin sa EDSA. Eh, sir, wala naman kasing parking sa EDSA, kaya
Yes,
kami
oo.
nag-park dito sa gilid. Eh, alam naman natin ang EDSA is
EDSA,
a national highway.
national highway.
Di ba? So, there are some circumstances na pag walang option, ibig sabihin yan, mahigpit na
Mahigpit.
pinagbabawal talaga.
Yes.
And there's a reason behind it.
So, one of the questions dito, Skog, na na-receive din namin sa mga tao, ang gusto nilang malaman, kapag may policy daw na gusto mong palitan, if you have the full authority of the policy na gusto mong palitan, ano yun?
Well, siguro it's not about palitan, no, but to reiterate and to reinforce, which is accountability and bring the responsibility of order and discipline not just to a single agency or the local traffic bureau,
Yes.
but instead we delegate the task also down to the barangay level.
Yes.
Kasi unang-una, sabi ko nga, no, the barangay is the smallest form and the most basic fundamental form of government. So, meron ba kung ikaw, isang residente, let's say, ng barangay ABC, ikaw ba anytime pupuntahan mo si konsehal? Hindi.
Hindi.
Pupuntahan mo ba si congressman? Hindi. Sino ang pwede mong puntahan anytime? Si kagawad, si chairman, 'di ba? Si tanod.
Tanod,
That's why ang sinasabi ko lagi, those who are on the ground should be the first and foremost people that will pay attention and resolve certain issues
Yes, oo.
in the community. Kaya dapat siguro it's not about changing the policy but instead redefining it and reiterating na everyone should be responsible enough and should be accountable kung ano man ang nangyayari sa kanilang mga barangay pa lang.
Tama. In 5 years from now, on what you are doing, no?
5 years.
5 years from now, let's say, no, they are very satisfied, no, the way na ginagawa mo tong job natin. No, actually, it's not a job. You are a public servant.
Actually, I don't treat it as a job eh. Parang I treat
Yes.
it as... Kasi ano yan eh, when I do something, I put everything into it eh. I'm very
oo.
passionate
Hindi,
about
hindi
it.
siya job eh. Kasi para for you to take risk into something. Hindi na siya
eh.
trabaho.
It's more of ano na eh.
Passion?
Passion and dedication.
Yes. 5 years from now, kamusta? Anong nakikita mo if we are going to, for example, you and I, diba, my business and also the MMDA, we are going to implement all of those rules that we want to implement for the safety of the Filipinos. What do you think na mangyayari 5
Siguro
years from
5
now?
years from now, if we will be consistent on what we
Yes.
are doing, and as I said, no, if we will reiterate and, alam mo, push for accountability of everyone, malaki ang magiging improvement. Hindi behind ang Pilipinas. If we're going to talk about technology per se, high-tech ang Pilipinas eh. Diba?
Yes, oo.
I mean, take into consideration mga sasakyan. 2 years ago, everyone was hesitant about electric vehicles.
Yes.
Everyone is afraid of electric vehicles.
Yes.
Pero ngayon, lumabas ka, hindi ko mabilang sa daliri ko ilang BYD at ilang
And right,
Tesla.
with the current situation right
Yes,
now.
with the current situation, ang daming high-tech vehicles, motorcycles,
Yes.
dati, pag sinabi natin electric scooter, e-bike. Ngayon, may mga electric motorcycles na,
Yes.
na highway legal. So, technology-wise, we are not behind. Education-wise, we are not behind. May mga international schools, British schools, Singapore schools, ang dami. So, educational standards-wise, we are not behind. Business-wise, investment-wise, ang daming international investors here in the Philippines eh. So, hindi natin masasabi na well, this is just my own opinion ha.
Yes, oo.
I wouldn't say na third world tayo. Bakit? Lahat meron eh. Di ba? Investors are here. I mean, multi-billion-dollar investments such as JP Morgan, ANZ. Di ba? Yun palang meron tayo lahat eh.
Yes, yes.
So, I think the only problem here is we have to divert our mindset na hindi tayo puro pansarili. But instead, we divert our mindset to a collaborative growth.
Yes.
When we say collaborative growth is, pag magsasucceed tayo, kung magiging maganda ang isang lugar natin, it will not only benefit myself, you, or him, but it will benefit the entire community.
Yes. And also yung future, no?
Holistic and comprehensive dapat.
Yes. One habit ng mga riders, ng mga Filipino drivers na gusto mong palitan, that naiisip mo siya, it would be the biggest impact sa goal natin along the way. Sa
Yung
future.
yung laging sinasabi na okay na yan, saka pwede na yan.
Ayun ang pinakaayaw ko. Alam ng mga tao ko yan sa Vanguard. Pag nagsabi ang mga yan na, ay, okay na yan, boss. Yan ang pinakagalit ako.
Alam mo, pag sinabi ng driver,
Really,
ay, doon yan. Sasabihin ng motorcycle rider, ba't di ka nag-helmet? Pwede na yan, sir. Diyan lang naman. Diba?
Yes, oo.
So maybe it's about time na we stop limiting ourselves to okay na at pwede na.
Yes.
Baka naman we can go beyond that na, sabi ko nga, balik tayo dun sa, compliance. It's not about compliance, but it's more of, ano ba yung idudulot nito? What are the benefits of it? Di ba? Pag ako ba ay nag-helmet, ako ba ay nagsuot ng tamang footwear, nagmotor ako, mahihirapan ba ako? Hindi naman.
Tama, oo.
Well, unless na lang sasabihin nyo sa akin, sir, pag nag-helmet ako, hindi makikita yung ala John Lloyd Cruz kong itsura. Di ba? Pero kung ikaw ay na-aksidente, sabihin ko, kahit Derek Ramsey pa yung mukha mo,
Mga pogi nga, nag-helmet eh.
kung si Derek Ramsey na
nag-helmet
eh.
sila. Oh. Di ba? So, gano'n ka-importante yung ma-prevent natin yung chaos? Or paano natin, as MMDA, na nakikita mo, paano natin may implement or paano natin ma-prevent yung mga chaos on the roads? Anong mga dapat natin?
Alam mo, napaka-importante, no? Sabi nga nila, well, it's very timely as well, no? There's international chaos, di ba? Magulo ngayon.
Yes, yes.
And I think the most important thing here is internal security. And when we say about internal security, it's not about, hindi lang to ibig sabihin na secured ang mga tao, but it's about peace and order, it's about discipline, it's about people maintaining a lifestyle that is beneficial to everyone.
Yes.
Di ba? In such a way na, yung nga sinasabi ko tama na yung turo ng turo, tama na yung looking at the fault of others, but instead, tingnan mo muna yung sarili mo. Baka naman ikaw rin may pagkakamali.
Yes.
At kung meron kang pagkakamali, huwag mo na ituro yung iba.
Tama.
Umpisa mo sa sarili mo.
Yes, tama. Kasi from being prepared to yourself, no, aside from, yun nga, sa sinasabi mo, Skog, it's also our role as an insurance agency is to also give an information and also
Correct.
prepare yung mga customers natin in terms of how they will be safe no sa daanan. Kasi hindi kami makapag-implement ng, ito pag may insurance ka, sometimes, and we encountered a lot, minsan nga, a lot na hindi na siya onti lang ang mindset, naka-insurance naman ako No, which is, by the way, di ba, remember that the part of insurance is always been based on the general ruling
Yes.
ng daanan.
Correct.
They will be, kapag nagkamali sila, halimbawa, tumawid sila dito sa double solid lane, tas nabangga, automatic i-deny ng insurance
Actually, alam mo, when we say about insurance, no, for me kasi an insurance is a added benefit.
Yes.
Diba? There are benefits entailed within an insurance policy.
Tama.
And hindi dapat ginagamit ang insurance as a wall para
Yes,
panangga na pag ako nabangga or nakabangga ako, insured naman sa sakyan ko. It's not about that.
Parang yung mga kailangan natin ng siguro, no? The best word na pinag-uusapan pa natin kanina is the accountability.
Correct.
Diba? Accountability is even though we are keep on teaching them, no? Some of them talagang merong
Meron
alam mo
pa rin-
talagang hirap. Pero
Yes.
yun nga, with this kind of the conversation with the MMDA, with the other companies also, with the other agencies that implementing yung rules, I think our role is to give more education sa Pilipinas, no? Pero paano natin magagawa yun, Skog? Na kung ang limitations natin is on the Metro Manila lang, paano naman natin itatawid yung provincial? Anong nakikita, ito hindi naman, guys, hindi ito, kumbaga nabivisualize, ano yung pangarap ni Gabriel Go para sa buong Pilipinas. Yan, sige. Kasi gusto natin malaman dahil we keep on implementing on the Metro Manila. What will happen on the outside
Well,
the
alam
Metro?
mo, unang-una, no, Metro Manila composed of 16 cities and 1 municipality.
Yes. Oo.
So, kung dito pa lang sa Manila, hindi na natin kayang gawin at hindi
Tama,
natin
oo.
kayang implement, let's not look further outside of Manila. Bakit? Some people kasi, well, I'm not saying mga lahat ng mga taga-gobyerno, but sometimes kasi ang nangyayari is we look too much on the wider side of
Yes.
things na gusto natin, lumawak ang ating responsibilidad, lumawak ang ating jurisdiction, lumaki ang ating powers, di ba? But we tend to forget the fact na we start small.
Yes.
Di ba? Umpisahan natin sa NCR. Kung
Tama.
NCR kaya natin gawin at na-implement na natin consistently
Yes.
and efficiently, saka tayo mag-isip kung gusto natin lumabas. Di ba?
Pero mangyayari yan, Skog, no, kapag tayo, mga driver, ano ba yung gusto mong principle, no, before they will start the car, they will start the day, traveling, ano ba yung gusto mong maging mindset nila?
Sabi kasi
Nating
nila-
lahat, sorry, no, hindi lang sila kasi tayo din, we are also involved in
Correct.
this what we call the accountability every day. So ano yung
Siguro pinaka-isang maikling konsepto for me. Lagi kasi sinasabi natin, safety is a shared responsibility.
Yes.
Road safety is a shared responsibility.
tama.
Tama yun. Pero, ang sa akin kasi, safety or road safety should be a lifestyle. Bakit?
Great.
Kasi pag responsibilidad, meaning, pwede mong hindi gawin Kasi, pwede mong sabihin, hindi naman ako driver, pasahero ko Diba? Anong responsibilidad ko sa pagpreno niyan? Anong responsibilidad ko sa paghawak ng manibela? Wala. But, if sinabi mong safety or road safety is a lifestyle, ako kahit pasahero ko, Kuya driver, medyo nag-overspeed ka na. Kuya,
May obligasyon tayo.
yes.
Once we
And when we say it's a lifestyle, meaning, we carry it on a day-to-day basis na walang kahirap-hirap.
Yes.
Diba? Kumbaga, it's embedded on ourselves na pag lumabas ng kalsada, kapakanan ko at kapakanan ng lahat. That's why ako lagi ko sinasabi, no? Yes, it's a shared responsibility, but why not, let's make it
a lifestyle.
as a lifestyle.
Great. That's the great word na
Diba?
ako. No, let's make a safety a lifestyle.
Yes.
Tama, no? Galing. Yun nga, paano tayo magtatrabaho pare-parehas? Ano ba yung nabivisualize ng isang Gabriel Go? Na, let's say, sige, we are overstepping on the whole Philippines right now, pero let's make on the NCR first, no? Let's start small. Ano yung gusto mangyari ni isang Gabriel Go na kami as citizen, ano yung dapat bang gawin namin, and you as the enforcer, paano tayo magkakaroon ng shared parang trabaho, no, para ma-implement tong safety is a lifestyle natin na goal?
For one, no, it should be holistic ang approach natin. Why holistic? 'Di ba pag sa health standard, holistic meaning
Yes, oo.
High blood,
Lahat.
cholesterol, lahat kompleto,
Dapat
'di ba? So when it comes to improvements on the road, improvements in the society, development, safety, dapat holistic 'yan eh. Lahat, 'di ba? Wala tayong pinipili from senior, bata, estudyante, nagtataho, sidecar driver. Lahat 'yan dapat inclusive. Inclusive of what? Inclusive of their ideas.
Yes.
We have to listen to those people. Ano ang kailangan nila? What are their needs?
Yes.
And narrowing down everything, no? Doon ako ulit babalik.
Tama.
Yung responsibility, accountability of those people who should be responsible for it. And that is down to the barangay level.
Tama. So, kailangan talaga, kumbaga, yung tahanan natin muna, no, to create a safety environment is the barangay. No,
It should start.
It should start there. Pero aside from that, let's say, on the subdivisions and lahat
Yes.
and everything, no, talagang, yun yung pinaka-challenge. So, for us to elevate yung sa next level na gusto natin to implement yung mga safety, it starts talaga doon sa location.
Alam mo bakit ko sinabing lifestyle din? Kasi unang-una, pag responsibility, barangay. Responsibility ng barangay, alisin yan eh. Pero pag sinabi nating lifestyle yan, sa bahay pa lang nag-umpisa na yan.
Yes, yun yung
Diba?
core ng
Yes.
lifestyle. Kaya no, pwede ko naman banggitin dahil si Coach Mel Aquino is one of the sa riding
Yes,
community natin.
yes.
Si Coach Mel and Archie Alibong, these are
Yes.
the coaches. Dashi. So, yung doon kami nag-aano parang ano ba proper way on how to do this. So, yun yung tinuturo ko sa bahay, kila misis, sa anak ko. So, yun nga,
Correct.
no. So ang tawag pala natin doon is a lifestyle.
Yes,
No,
kasi-
everything will start sa bahay.
You know why? Tara mo to case in point. May nahuli ako. Nagbebenta ng siomay gamit ang motorized tricycle.
Tricycle, tama.
Di ba?
Ay, alam ko yan. Sa Fairview.
Sa Fairview.
Doon, malapit na sa amin.
Correct.
Malapit sa office.
Tinanong ko siya, sabi ko, wala kang lisensya? Wala po. May student permit ka? Wala po. Alam ng boss mo, walang empleyado mo na wala kang lisensya? Alam po.
Okay.
Di ba?
Okay.
So, there is the empowering factor.
yes.
Kasi pag ako ang boss, at ikaw wala kang lisensya, hindi ka pwede magmaneho. Kumuha ka muna ng lisensya mo. Ang problema, ini-empower natin para maging pasaway ang mga tao.
Parang, okay na yan. Basta, trabaho ko na.
Correct.
Ganda
Or
lang.
kung hindi naman ini-empower, meron dyan na, alam mo, trying to go about the violation, go about the rules and regulations. That's why sinabi ko, lifestyle yan eh. Kasi kung yung mas nakakatanda sa'yo, sasabihin sa'yo na, bawal yan. Hindi ka pwede lumabas ng bahay kasi wala kang lisensya. Hindi mo pwede gamitin yung motor.
Tama.
Wala kang magagawa.
Tama.
Diba?
So, the last question, no, na gusto naming malaman. Skog, ano nagmo-motivate pa sa'yo? Kahit sobrang pressure nitong trabaho na to, ano yung pinaka sa everyday, kumbaga sa kape nga para kanino ka bumabangon? Ano ba
Well,
yung ganun mo?
ako kasi-
Sa sarili mo ba? Sa pamilya o sa buong
Well,
Pilipinas?
siguro, no, people might say too idealistic, but sinasabi kasi nila hopeless case tayo. Di ba?
O nga, no?
Sinasabi nila.
Sabi nila.
Sabi nila. Pero ako kasi, I don't see Philippines as a hopeless case.
Yes.
It's just that we need someone who is willing to take up all the punches at baguhin to.
Tama.
Di ba? Like, ito, case in point na lang. Iilan lang ba ang taong kayang tumayo na pag may mali ang isang whoever it is na may kilala, may pera, mayaman, naka Mercedes-Benz, for example, ano automatic? Hirap hulihin ito?
Tama.
Pero-
parang yung enforce natin, parang
Takot tayo.
Yes.
Pero hindi sa pagmamayabang, pero I think that's one thing na I would say na that sets me apart. Wala akong
Yes.
pakialam kahit sino ka.
Bahala sila. Kung ano man estado mo,
Yes.
as long as this is the rule, this is the way we want the safety lifestyle,
Correct.
yun yung gagawin
Saka
natin.
it's been decades already na nasanay tayo sa ganun.
Yes.
'Di ba na
Putulin na natin.
well, pag ako ay isang nasa serbisyo,
Mm-mm.
'di ba, pag hinuli, "Sir, nasa serbisyo po ako." "Ay, sige pare." Ngayon, "Sir, nasa serbisyo po ako." "O ano naman? Peram ng lisensya mo. Wala kang
Huli ka
helmet
na.
eh."
Totoo.
Huli ka. 'Di ba? So it's about time someone stood up
Yes.
and let people realize the law is there for a reason.
Yes.
The law is there to be implemented fair and square, and the law is there not just for a single person to follow,
Tama.
but for everyone. At the end of the day, it's more about order
Yes.
in the entire society. And when there is order, there is progress.
Tama.
And progress should not be limited to a certain group, sa mga elitista. Progress should be for everyone.
Yes. So yun, no, mga ka-safety, grabe yung kasama natin si Mr. Gabriel Go. Marami tayong matutunan kasi alam naman natin na ang safety ngayon is very crucial, no? Talagang
Correct.
ang dami. So talagang nag-i-start on the governance, also yung accountabilities natin, at also sa mga personal natin, sa bahay pa talaga. So doon natin nakikita na dapat natin gawin. No? The biggest lesson for today's podcast is safety is a lifestyle.
Yes.
So, Skog, ano bang masasabi mo sa mga followers natin? Ano yung biggest advice mo? Last, ano na lang natin sa kanila before we end our podcast.
Well, siguro for me, no, a life lesson that everyone should carry is that taking into consideration, sabihin na natin safety is a lifestyle.
Yes.
But I think it's more of going beyond kung ano yung nakikita lang natin. Ang mga batas, sinusunod natin, it's because kailangan sundin. Pero siguro kailangan natin baguhin na ang mga batas na ito dapat nating sundin kasi
Yes.
ito po ay makakabuti sa atin. Kasi this will not hinder growth. Kasi it will elaborate further the meaning of progress.
Yes.
'Di ba? So, wag nating ilimit ang sarili natin. Let's try to be open-minded.
Yes.
Hindi po networking na open-minded. Pero let's try to open up our minds.
Yes, oo.
And wag nating isa-isip lang.
Tama.
Isa-puso rin natin kung ano yung mga nakikita natin. And I think it will be easy for us to have a better society kung lahat po tayo i-open up ang sarili natin and accept the change. Kasi the society, the world is progressing at a high pace.
Yes.
Globalization is there. We have to cope up with it. But then again, we cannot lose our proper character in terms of yung maging maayos ang ating bansa. Hindi lang para sa ilang tao, but for everyone.
Maraming salamat, Skog.
Thank you very
sa
much.
aming panimulang podcast. No? Masaya ako kasi sabi ko matagal na akong nagre-reach out sa'yo. Kasi para at least meron na kaming kakampi no, on how we will implement the safety sa Pilipinas.
Na traffic lang.
Yo, thank you. Maraming salamat mga ka-safety. See you again sa ating next podcast. Ingat kayo palagi. Tatandaan natin na ito na yung pinaka-term natin ngayon. Safety is a lifestyle.
Yan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, boss.